This is Angie Russell. NU 325, Section 801, Musculoskeletal Assessment. Okay. Mr. Russell, do you agree to be filmed for this?
Yes.
Okay. And so we're going to get started. All right. My name is Angie. I'm a nursing student with the University of South Alabama, and I'm here to do a musculoskeletal assessment on you today. Is that okay with you?
Yes.
All right. So, Mr. Russell, I'm going to start out by inspecting one joint on your body. I would normally do this to whichever joint you were complaining about, but today we're going to just look at this knee. So, we're going to look at your left knee. I don't see any coloration issues. I don't see any redness. The color of the skin is consistent with the surrounding area. I don't see any signs of swelling, any masses. You just tell me if anything hurts. So I don't feel any masses or deformity. I don't see any deformity. I also don't feel any changes in temperature. All right. So all of that is a normal finding for that knee. So now we're going to move on to our assessment of your muscle strength. So we're going to check all four extremities. And so we're going to start, we're going to have your arms up like this. And I'm going to pull and test your bicep strength and your tricep strength. And now I'm going to have you lift up with your knees. All right. And now we're going to check pull forward, pull. All right. And now push forward. Okay. So all four extremities are grade 5 with equal bilaterally strength against resistance, which tells me you have range of motion against full resistance. So now we're going to move on to testing all of your joints. And so we're testing for any crepitus and range of motion. So we're going to start with your TMJ. So we're going to open wide. All right. And then we're going to, ready?
Yeah.
Okay. So we're going to open wide. All right. And then we're going to protract, which is to judge it forward and then move it side to side. And then retract, which is pull it back. All right. And now we're going to do your neck. We're going to you just do the same thing I do. Flexion, extension, hyperextension, lateral bend. And we do that without raising our shoulders. And then we rotate. Okay? And now we're going to do your shoulders. So for your shoulders, I'm going to have you step off the table. All right? And we're going to start with flexion, extension, hyperextension, and then we're going to do abduction, adduction. We're going to do internal rotation, so you're just going to put your arms behind your back as high as you can, and then external rotation, hands behind your head as best you can. There we go. Got a little bit of crepitus in them shoulders. All right, you can put them down. And so now we're going to move on to your elbows. We're going to start out with your arms out straight. So this is extension. So flexion, extension. All right. Hands up is supination and down is pronation. All right. Now we're going to do our wrists. We have flexion, extension, hyperextension. our fingers, flexion, extension, hyperextension. We're going to do ulnar deviation, radial deviation, and ulnar deviation. All right. And now we're going to touch our little fingers. We're going to touch the tips of each fingers and your pinky. Now we're going to make a fist and stretch our fingers out for flexion and extension. Okay? Now let's see if we get all of that. Okay. Now we're going to start with our hips, and we're going to do extension. Flexion, extension, hyperextension, internal rotation, and external rotation. All right. Now we're going to do our knee. So let's turn like this. All right. So flexion, extension, hyperextension. All right. Now flex that knee, and we're going to do internal rotation. No, don't turn your foot. So you just rock it over. And then external rotation. All right. And now for your ankle, we're going to scoot back to the table. Hold your foot up. We're going to point it to the floor for plantar flexion. Let's hop up on the table. I think it will see better. All right. Plantar flexion, dorsiflexion, inversion, eversion. We're going to curl your toes for flexion, stretch out your toes for extension. Okay. Now, that's got our ankle. So now we're going to do your spine. And I did not hear any, before we do that, I did not hear any crepitation except for a little bit in your knees and in your shoulders. But that's expected with you, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So now we're going to assess your spine, and we'll have you hop up. We're going to do this standing, so we're going to check it for flexion. So first we're going to go forward flexion, extension, hyperextension, okay? And then we're going to lateral bend and turn and rotation. Okay, so now I'm going to have you turn around, and I'm going to look at the curvature of your spine. So your cervical vertebrae are concave. Your thoracic vertebrae are convex, and your lumbar vertebrae are concave. All right, and everything is equal. Your shoulders are the same height. I'm going to have you lean forward. Your scapula are the same height, along with your iliac crest, and your spine is straight, so I see no signs of scoliosis. So you can stand up. I did not hear any crepitation in your spine, and no deviation from the correct shape of your spine. I believe that is all for my musculoskeletal assessment. Thank you. We're going to rescan the room.